Today we will discuss about different characteristics of each categories of adopters. Why we categorize the adopters and how it was categorized, that already discussed. And now we will discuss about what are the common characteristics of each category. Characteristics of adopters categories. Already we discussed these things that Rogers in 1971 categorized the adopters into 5 categories based on rate of adoption and innovativeness. And on the basis of that category, we got 5 categories. One is innovators, early adopters, early majority, late majority, laggards. These are also called as venturesome, respectable, deliberate, skeptical, and traditional. And in case of numbers, generally 2.5% of the population belongs to innovators for a particular innovation. Early adopters 13.5%, early majority 34%, late majority same 34%, and laggards 16%. And now, since there is a differences in the population also, there will be some sort of differences in each categories based on which all these things are done. What is the characteristics of innovators? The first one, percentage is 2.5% of the population. They are innovators for a particular successful innovation. They are venturesome and first to adopt a new idea, much ahead of other members in the community. Few in numbers, they may deviate from the social norm and may be viewed as deviants by others. Have respect and prestige in progressive communities but not in conservative type of communities. In these characteristics, main thing is that they are venturesome and they want to try new things. And when they will get some new things, immediately they will practice it in their field, adopt it. And they will not check whether it is socially acceptable or not. If they are interested, if it is new, then immediately they will go for the adoption. And since they ignore the social norms, all these type of things, and only concerned with the innovation, so their numbers in the society is very less, only 2.5%. In general, because all members of the society always they bound with the social norms, culture, and they do not do anything which is beyond the social norms. Society must allow the innovation, then only they will do. But here, since they ignore the societal norms, because of that, so members of the society, that means the other members of the society, they consider them as a deviant because they deviate from the social norms. They ignore the social norms. And when they ignore the social norms, so they will not get any sort of prestige. Interaction is less in their community. But in the progressive community, they are most respectful person. They have prestige because they are introducing new things. But if the new thing is not considered based on social norms, people will not accept these things. And since they deviate from the society and introduce the norms, so the other members of the society, they show no respect to them. And because all of these factors, this percentage is only 2.5% in the population. They are highly cosmopolite, mentally alert because they want always new things, cosmopolite interaction with different people, not only with his communities. And because of the cosmopolite nature, they receive numbers of innovation quickly. Without cosmopoliteness, it is not possible. When you will discuss or interact with your own community, then at one point everything will be saturated because all the members knows these things. No new things will coming out from this society. But when cosmopolite, you will interact with other societies, with other people. And because of that, you will get more and more information. But if you interact only with your community, then you will get a limited information. There is no scope for flow of information from other sources. And because of that, innovators are always cosmopolite in nature. And cosmopolite, that is important thing for diffusion purpose. Actively seek new information because of their innovativeness. They always try to do something new. And if it is new, they will try it. They will not consider about the social norms. They will take the risks. Without testing, they can go for the adoption stage and they have the risks. So they have the money, land, all these type of things, so that they can compensate the risks if there is some sort of failure. They are large size enterprise, even farming also large size, all this type, and because of that, this one is their wealth, another is cosmopolitness. They have the score, they are the innovator, because one person may be innovators but could not take any risks. The farm size is small, have less amount of resources, have no education, then he can't work as an innovator. A person may have these characteristics but do not has this type of physical characteristics. These are psychological, behavioral, but in reality we need a person who can take risks, large size enterprise or farming, many resources, and well educated, so that he can understand the things without the explanation of the extension personnel like that. And when these four will fulfill, then only they can be an innovator. Only based on first four it is not possible. But because of that, in case of innovators, we observe all those characteristics. Then next group is early adopters. Their population is 13.5% in the society. Almost they are similar with your innovators, but only difference is that in case of early adopters, they always respect the social norms. They are also venturesome, they are also seek new information, but never cross the social limit. They always respect the social system, their norms, and if the innovation is deviate from the social norms, then they will not accept these things. How much it is better, that is not concerned for them. They are concerned with the social system. If it is comparable or compatible with the social norms, if the society accept the things based on their social norms, culture like that, then only they will adopt the things, otherwise not. And if there is a relationship, that means positive relationship between compatibility and the new innovation, then they are almost show the equal behavior just like innovators. That means they are also, though localite, but have some sort of cosmopolite source, because of which they are also getting some information from outside the source. But every source, every information they check whether it is as per their social norms or not. If yes, they will immediately adopt it. Then their behavior is just like innovators. Only difference is that the innovation must compatible with the social system. If not, they will not adopt the things. And they always respect the social system. And because of that, since they respect the social system and sometimes they adopt new things quickly, just like innovators, they are the most respectful person in the society, because they knew so many things, they respect social norms, and they introduce new things, so they are most respectable person. And people of other group, they generally seek information, suggestion from this group. They have the more opinion leadership capacity. Whatever they express, that will easily followed by the other members, because it is not happen in case of innovators, because in case of innovators they deviate from the social norms, so they are just considered as outside the society. And the innovators, they also discuss less, but this group, early adopters, they discuss frequently with their own sources, but also have the cosmopolite source and always respect the society, social norms. And because of that, they are the most respectable person, and they have the greatest degree of opinion leadership. And because of that, when we need to identify an opinion leader, local leader from the system, we should target this group. Early adopters, they have the highest degree of opinion leadership, and those are next to opinion, your early adopters who are interested to accept the things. They also seek advice from this group, not from the innovators. This adopter category, that means the early adopters, is generally sought by science agent to be a local missionary for speeding the diffusion process. That means the science agent, they consider them as a local missionary or local leader. Here the main function is that when they will say something, others will follow. If nobody will follow, then he is not a leader. But in case of early adopters, the society, they accept them as a leader, they follow their suggestion, but in case of innovation, it is not like that. Innovator. In case of innovator, the society will not follow anything whatever they are saying. But in case of early adopters, they listen these things, follow these things. And because of that, the sales agent always contact with those person, and it is then very easy for them to introduce the things in the society. When it is introduced through your early adopters, then it is easily diffused in the society. When early adopters accept the things, that means it is socially compatible. So let's try. Other people will also try. They are also just like innovators literate, have large size enterprise, high income, more participative, and maintain good contact with cosmopolite source of information. They do not test untried ideas, but quickest to use tried ideas in their own situation. That means in case of innovators, they never go for trial stage. If they thought based on the information, if it is good, they will go for the adoption. But in case of early adopters, they will first test it. They have some sort of precaution. They will test it. They will check whether it is compatible with their social norms or not. If everything is okay, then only they will adopt the things quickly, as just like your innovators. Only difference is this: their behavior will be like innovators if the innovation is suitable for their system. They never deviate from the social system, and if the innovation is not deviate from the social system, they behave just like an innovator. That means they are quickest to adopt the new ideas. And in case of innovators and your early adopters, this is the difference. That is, who is quickest? Innovator is quickest. But if the innovation is socially not compatible, or if it is compatible, then also early adopters just work just like innovators. Their behavior is also just like innovators. And because of that, they have almost same than characteristics of early majority. Earlier category was early adopters. Now third category, early majority. The early majority adopt new ideas just before the average member of a social system. Then I discussed the bell-shaped curve, and here this is the mean. That means average people. Then after that, if the new adopters will come, then also it will lower down, because already it is saturated at the highest point. If it is 50, then next will be 49, 45, like that. It is not equal to 50 because already touched the 50 average point out of 100. Here 2.5% is innovators, 13.5% is early adopters, and these are the portion. This is before the half of the society. This is the half. So just before the average members of the society, they adopt the things. They are also quicker to adopt the things, and they adopt the things before half of the society accept the thing. And here it is a very peculiar position. They are in between early adopters and late majority. These are the most potential part for adoption. And for sales agent also, they should take all the intervention, give all the intervention in this area, in this group. Because once this group accept the things, because of their peer pressure, it will automatically diffuse to this section. For this group, if we interact with this group, but what happened? They are actually waiting for this group. If it is successful in their group, then only they will go. And because of that, first we should intervene this group, early majority. And in the diffusion process, it is the link from the innovation to rest of the society. They are the link. Based on their acceptance, based on their opinion, this group will accept the things. And finally, these laggards, they compel to accept the things or the innovation. And because of that, it is the group where all the extension activities are generally done. All demonstration, all this type of things is needed in this group. For this group, providing sufficient information is sufficient. For innovators also, here only difference is if it is socially acceptable, this group will accept the things, and without social acceptance, if the innovation is good, then they will also accept the things. But here we need the proper trial to show the result, all these type of things. And because of that, in this category, we should intervene properly. Once successful intervention in this group, it will automatically diffuse to this group. That means when 50% will accept the things, for remaining 50% it is not a problem. It will slowly but automatically diffuse in the system. The early majority may deliberate for some time before completely adopt a new idea. They wait and watch. Wait and watch means activities of early adopters. How they are doing these things. What is the performance in their field. And once it is successful, then they will adopt. But this time will take more time. It is also a decision-making process, and since they will observe, they will watch, they will wait to take a decision. So in case of early majority, we need some more time. But this is the important categories where extension programs are introduced. They are actively participate in the extension program, this group, early majority. Their percentage is in the society is 34%. And they adopt the things, innovation before the average people of the society, they accept it. And when they accept, then it is 50% done. That means 50% diffusion. And after that, because of their peer pressure, the next group, that is left majority, they will accept the things. It is easy. So if we give all the intervention here, then it is easy to make a diffusion process successful. And because all these type of cases, we are categorizing the adopters in different categories. We are segmenting them, we are targeting them based on the target, and our target here is this group. Because in case of innovators or early adopters, no need for this type of intervention like demonstration, testing, all these things. If you provide sufficient information, that is sufficient for them also. But here we go for actual trial, all these type of things, demonstration, on-farm trial, all these type of things. Practically we have to show them all the characteristics of the innovation, and after that they will check what are the result in case of early adopters. After that they will take a decision, and this decision making process, because of that watch and waiting, it will take some time. And once they adopt, quickly the graph is in the top position. That means 50% will cover within a short period of time. The main characteristics is less contact with cosmopolite sources of information. Basically they depend on the localite. That means the early adopters who are mostly localite but have some sort of cosmopolite sources, but they have active localite. They will interact with local sources, seek information basically from neighbor and friends, slightly above average in education, social and economic status. And because of that, their behavior is like that. They wait for a decision, they have not that type of risk-taking ability, and they only depend on localized sources. After that, the fourth group is late majority. This is innovator, early adopter, early majority, and this is the group. This is also 34%. This is also same 34%. This group is late majority. This is the mean. And here that means after average number of people accept the things, this portion already 50% accept the things, then they try to start to adopt the things. And here they accept the things mainly because of their economic necessity to increase their income. For increasing the income, they need to increase the production, all these type of things. By application of this technology or this idea, that will help in improving their economic condition. They will all categorize, all points would describe based on the economic necessity. And at the same time, the social pressure is also there, because already 50% people are adopting the things. So there is a pressure that most of the people of the society, they adopted the things, and so it is better to adopt it. This is a social pressure, peer pressure. But they have some sort of curiosity, and because of that they are skeptical. They do not adopt until most other in their social system have done so. Most means here 50% people already accepted the things. They are getting some benefit from this innovation. Okay, let's try. After observing all these things, they will try. And since they will observe this group. So extension interventions are given in the group. Based on their performance, they will accept it. If it is good in this area, in this category, then automatically it will diffuse to this area. And because of that, extension intervention, extension programs are given in targeting in this group, not to this group. They will watch, they will see, and finally they will take a decision because they have less risk-taking ability. When there is a less risk-taking ability, it is difficult for them to take a quick decision. And because of that, the group members of this group, they wait, watch, and take time to take a decision to adopt the things. And once they adopt, it will automatically diffuse in the society. That 34% means earlier 34% of early majority, that means already 68%. And innovators 2.5, then early adopters, your 13.5, that means 84%. Almost it is diffused in the society. These are the characteristics: low level of education, because of which these things are happening, low level of participation in extension programs. They will only watch and see, not participate. Participation are from early majority. Depends mostly on localized sources of information. So they mostly depends on early majority. They can be persuaded of the utility of new ideas, but the pressure of peers is necessary to motivate adoption. Only convincing them is not sufficient, but we have to pressurize them. There should be a social pressure from the peers, from neighbors, to fellow members. Then only they will take a decision. Only seeing is not sufficient, watching is not sufficient, but at the same time, the local people, they should also give pressure to him to adopt the things. And that part is done by the early majority group. Characteristics of laggards, the last one. Here the percentage is 66% in the society. This portion. And in the graph, there are 3 partitions in left side, and in right side 2 partitions. These 2 are clubbed here to make it 16. Based on different studies, it was observed that almost 16% population of the society, they never try to teach new things. They are very traditional in nature, and they ignore the innovation. And when they adopt the things, at that time actually other people started to introduce new innovation. That means in case of laggards, when they start, other group they finish. They are very slow in taking the decision, and when they take the decision, it is based on compulsion. There is no other way except to adopt the things. There is no other ways. They are highly localized, and nobody is there who can lead the group. And they always think about the past. In past, we are doing in this way, so why we should drop these things? We will follow the same way. They always follow the past practices, and when it is not sufficient to survive, then they will accept the things, and this is based on compulsion. And this type of people are generally found in the society, about 16%. This individual, that means the laggards, interacts primarily with others who have traditional values, not only with all the people of the society, only who maintain the traditional values, respect only the traditional values. That means highly localized. Laggards tends to be frankly suspicious of innovations, innovators, and science agents because they never discuss with them, interact with them. While most individuals in a social system are looking to the road of science ahead, the laggards has his attention fixed on the rear view mirror. Means always depends to the past. When other people are thinking about the future, they are still thinking about the past and follow the past. And because of that, they are laggards according to sociologists, and because of that they are at the last group and called as laggards. Other characteristics are like that a fast moving world is shocking to them. When we will introduce some new thing, there will be a change in the society, and at present the society changes very fast, and this changes is shocking for them because earlier in traditional way there is less changes. There is no gap between father and grandfather, but nowadays when within in case of father and son there is a large gap. So this is a shocking for them, almost a forgotten mass of people in the community, since they are not practicing the new things, very traditional, and nowadays people are more cosmopolite, more progressive, so they almost forgot this group. They are not concerned about this group. They have very low resources, land, mainly the agricultural workers, sharecroppers, all this type of things. Their economic condition is not so good, and because of that, their risk-taking ability is also not good. And these are the group which are social or economically most disadvantaged. And because of that, their earning source is less, so income is less, resource is less, and which make them to compel to live with the past. We discuss the categories, and there are 5 categories: innovators, early adopters, early majority, late majority, and laggards. Percentage-wise population: innovators 2.5%, early adopters 13.5%, early majority 34%, late majority 34%, and laggards 16%. And all these frequency and percentage were calculated based on mean and standard deviation of the normal curve of a successful innovation.